Up the Pies!
G'day guys, Nate here, coming at you with the Pies VFL Round 7 report. Collingwood getting on the winners list as well in the VFL, winning by 75 points over the Northern Bullants, 23-13, 151 to 12-4, 76, 75-point winners at Genesis Steel Oval. I was there for this game to see the return of Tom Mitchell. I paid to see Tom Mitchell and I stayed to see Charlie West. Very good performances from our AFL listed players as well as our team in general. Good way to bounce back from last week's dismal VFL loss. We got our percentage back. We're back inside the top 10 and we're pushing for top 6 yet again. We had 3 AFL listed players return for this game. Joel Cochran from his concussion, Charlie West returning, and he was dominant as well. But the big story and the big talking point out of Preston, if that's such a thing, is the return of Tom Mitchell. 380 days since his last game of footy. His last game was Anzac Day last year. 10 disposals at 100% disposal efficiency, 7 of those 10 disposals being contested as well, 4 tackles, 6 clearances, equal third most clearances on the ground. He only played a half a footy as well. I look at the upcoming fixture as well, and I see the goal for Tom Mitchell here to be unscathed, be healthy, play a full game or 2, block of 4 or 5 games in the VFL, get through unscathed, get his fitness up there as well, have a dominant performance as well, because the midfield depth is coming for the AFL side, and a crucial time in the season as well for Tom Mitchell to return. And also, next step forward is for Tom Mitchell to get back into the AFL senior side. So for Tom Mitchell in this game, no issues to come from it. First of a handful of games to get through unscathed before returning to the senior side. Speaking of the senior side, an AFL debut is imminent for Charlie West at this point. Again, I paid to see Tom Mitchell. I stayed to see Charlie West. Charlie West ending up with 4 goals, 2 for the day. He didn't register a stat in the first quarter. He was put on ice early in the final quarter. Would have had 5 or 6 goals in this game. That's a story for Charlie West in his last few VFL games. Ends up with 3 or 4 goals. Could have kicked 5 or 6. So a handful more as well. Basically only playing 2 quarters of footy, so we got to see Charlie West do his thing for basically a half a footy. And if his AFL debut isn't next week against Adelaide, it could very well be against North Melbourne. Can't believe Collingwood in 2025 has key forward depth to work with. Just on the other AFL listed players in this game, Will Parker played his best game for Collingwood here, 28 disposals at 86% disposal efficiency, 13 marks, 11 of those 28 disposals being intercepts, and 4 scorer involvements. Will Parker knows where to be and where to position himself around the contest. He's developing well in his second season of senior footy. The next step for Will Parker's progression and overall development, if he wants to play midfield minutes, is to add clearances to his game. I like the look of him. He's a John Noble type operator for us in the back pocket and also half-back flank. Category B rookie and has supposedly hit a trigger to extend into 2026. So I'm looking forward to seeing Will Parker's development in the VFL. I'm also expecting a few more AFL call-ups as well in that time. So Will Parker is one to watch. The goal for him here, be consistent and build on these sort of performances. And I think that's the theme coming out of this game for our AFL listed players. Build on these performances. I know it's against Northern Bullants, but we've got a tough run of AFL games as well as VFL games, to be honest. So the goal here for these AFL listed players, build on this, be a standout, be the reason why we won tough games in the VFL, and push towards senior selection, and also push towards having our senior side having that depth to call on in case of an injury bug. Harry DiMattia also had career best disposals, 26 disposals here at 81% disposal efficiency, 10 inside 50 entries, 6 clearances as well. Oscar Steen had career best hitouts with 22 here. That's to go with his 17 disposals and 7 clearances. He did kick 0 goals too. He missed a couple of set shots, but he did play the Darcy Cameron role very well. So in case Darcy Cameron needs to be rested or in case Darcy Cameron has an injury, God forbid, Oscar Steen, he's the light version of that. I wouldn't say the team year version of that, but he's the light version of Darcy Cameron. Aliro Smith, partner in crime, also had 22 headouts for this game. He kicked a goal, unlike Oscar Steen. It was a very good goal in the first quarter by Aliro Smith. And his ruck forward capabilities, it's there to see. He's not a key defender. Let's use Aliro Smith as a chop out in the ruck, pinch hitting in the ruck, whatever you want to call it. But he's got the height up forward. Just doesn't have the contested capabilities just yet. But his goal sense is there, so something to work with, but it's going to take a bit of time. That's what these big fucking players do, unfortunately. Long time development there. Will Hayes was also impressive. He kicked a couple of goals, 15 disposals, and also had 8 score involvements. He was the emergency for the Freo game alongside Charlie West and Charlie Dean. He's a little too quick for his own good steel, but he was more effective in this game. Again, needs to build on this. I reckon he'll be on the fringes of senior selection. I don't think he gets a call up this year, but good handy depth. And also, in case there's an injury bug, we can call upon Will Hayes and also be an exciting prospect as well at AFL level. And I'm going to group the AFL listed players together for our defensive group here. So Charlie Dean, Chow Jath, Jacob Ryan, and Joel Cochran. There's not much you can judge them on, considering that the Bowlers camped in Collingwood's forward line. The Bullants did kick 12 goals, 476. They were very accurate, so it was a bit generous for their score here. Clearly lopsided contest here. I thought Charlie Dean was a general across half-back. Again, if someone like Frampton gets destroyed or decimated or he's dropped or has an injury or whatever, we can call upon Charlie Dean. 9 of his 17 disposals here were intercepts. Cal Jath was a bit heated in this one, so he started the game. He's the number 19 for Collingwood. He ended up wearing the number 80 jersey because his jumper got ripped in a scuffle late in the first quarter, and I reckon the number 80 did weigh him down here. He wasn't his flashy self here, despite having 16 disposals. Jacob Ryan, Joel Cochran, all having decent games. Again, nothing too noteworthy. Joel Cochran, first game back from his concussion. I didn't see much of him in the final quarter, so hopefully I haven't missed anything in terms of any sort of injury news there, but very solid performances by our AFL listed players here. Again, against the Northern Bullants. Nothing too much to scream of it, but I didn't see any injuries, no concerns with injuries or anything like that. AFL listed players, solid performances overall. But on the VFL listed players, Riley Mason kicked 4 goals, 3 in the first quarter. Riley Mason, he's tracking towards being selected in the mid-season draft. Josh Brown also, 26 disposals, also making a case for mid-season selection, whether it's at Collingwood or another club. If no one picks up Josh Brown or Riley Mason, I'll smack them one. But our best player in this game, I thought, was Brady Gray, former Freo player, ending up with 30 disposals. He was that good link in the chain in the midfield for the entire game, brings that experience as well. We'll need him for the entire season. I'm just going to chill on this Saturday night. I'm going to play some AFL 26. I might keep track of the showdown, watch the full replay on Sunday. Anything noteworthy in regards to an AFL 26 review, I'll let you guys know. Yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. But I'll wrap up this VFL Round 7 report. 2 out of 3 wins for the weekend. Pies VFL team back on the winners list. Pies AFL team back on the winners list. No updates on the injury front from the AFL side besides Lockie Schultz. Anything major pops up, you'll hear from me first at some point. Very delayed response and uploads, but 2 uploads in a day. You're welcome. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe if you want, leave a comment if you wish. Hope you enjoy the insight to the VFL team. Very decent win, very good overall performance. I'll leave you guys to it. Have a good weekend. Be well, stay safe. Be Mother's Day. Magpies out.